close to inking a major Tejas deal with the US. No stopping the Tejas deal despite the Trump tariff war. US-made F404 engines for Tejas fighter jets. India-US deal is likely to be signed by end of August. According to sources, US-made Tejas engines will come for 97 fighters. Remember, India earlier denied pausing US defense deals as the big Tejas move is coming ahead of the MiG squadron retirement. India-US talks on the P-8I Poseidon aircraft are also going on as India nears major Tejas engine deal with the US, with the American delegation set to visit India amid speculations on defense trade. Amid the Trump tariff hike, India is likely to seal the deal with the US for follow-on order of F404 engines for Tejas Mk1A. Deal expected by end of August. These engines will be procured for 97 more Tejas fighters. This is the information we are getting from our sources. They also said that agreement will supplement the initial 99 engine order, which is already in progress. 2 engines have been delivered so far to India after the delays, and the third is likely to arrive this month. The Ministry of Defence has fast-tracked the engine delivery. Shivani is joining me on this story. Shivani, this is an important development even as the India-US tariff issue is raining fire. What more do we know about this deal? What are we expecting in the coming days? Shivani.
See, Anisha, India and United States, they are finalizing the deal for the F404 follow-on orders of these engines for the Tejas Mark 1A 97. That is the part of the second order for these Tejas fighters that are being made in India. We already know that the first part for the 83 fighters, for which 99 engine deal has already been signed within the United States, out of which 2 engines have already arrived. There was a delay initially, but now the MOD and the Indian side has been fast-tracking these engine deliveries to India because we want to fast-track our Tejas program. So now, every month we'll be getting one Tejas Mark 1A engine, the F404 engine for the Tejas Mark 1A, and from November onwards, every month we'll be getting 2 of these engines. And apart from the initial deal, the second part of the follow-on order for the more Tejas, for more engines, the F404 engines will also be signed. The deal is almost finalized. That's what the sources have told India Today. And by end of August, this deal will be sealed. So there were a lot of speculation of India halting and pausing the defense procurement and the procedures after the US President Donald Trump has announced the hiked tariff. But, India is moving on with a lot of deals with the United States when it comes to the defense procurements. And this also includes the P-8I, the follow-on order for the 6 P-8I Poseidon aircraft for the Indian Navy. So a lot is happening amid speculations, and this is a big news break that India Today has brought for the viewers.
Shivani, thank you for that. Gaurav Sawant also joins me on this story. Gaurav, a big deal in the works. We're getting more engines for our Tejas squadrons. We're also looking at retiring the MiG squadrons. What are you picking up from your sources? Where are we on this procurement deal?
So the P-8Is and the follow-up deal is extremely important. The P-8Is are long-range maritime reconnaissance aircraft, much needed by the Indian Navy. Incidentally, it's only a country like India that's put them to excellent and exceptional use, including using them in for surveillance for high-altitude areas, and it's held India in great stead. So they're long-range maritime reconnaissance aircraft. They have excellent radars, during the 2017 and then 2020 India-China standoff at the line of actual control, these aircraft were put to very good use, and India requires more of these. And again, keep in mind, from the North Arabian Sea virtually down to the South China Sea, India as part of Quad has a huge area of responsibility in the Indian Ocean region. So our maritime capabilities need to grow a lot more, and India and America are operating very well together, especially as far as Quad is concerned. Point 1. 1.2. When it comes to the G404 engines, unfortunately, the supplies were delayed by over 2 years, and that adversely impacted, India's Tejas light combat aircraft induction into the Indian Air Force. Do keep in mind, there were some voices within the country that were saying, how much can we trust the Americans if they behave in such an erratic manner? After the 1998 Pokhran nuclear test, America stopped the supply of the same GE404 engines, and that adversely impacted the Tejas modernization, because the MiG-21s were supposed to be phased out much earlier. They remained in service much later, and even now there's been a 2-year delay, which of course has been blamed on supply chain and not coercive diplomacy. Now America's assuring India that the supply chain issue has been sorted out to a very large extent, and India will get the supplies speeded up, and additional G404 engines for the second batch also coming in. Will all of this be fulfilled in time is the big question.
All right, thank you for that perspective, Gaurav Sawant. India-US deal on the Tejas as well as the Poseidon aircraft in the making. Let's see how this pans out between